Hi guys, my name is Akshay and I am a manifestation coach. All my contact info is in the description. Today we'll talk about a very interesting topic. Relationship advice versus manifesting. So which one is more powerful? Which one should you follow? And should you mix and match here and there? Okay, so we'll talk about all of this. Okay. So relationship advice. Let's begin with relationship advice. So relationship advice has worked for many people. Okay, and it has helped them to turn around their lives. It has helped them to change the way they view themselves. It has helped them to become more confident. And I know many people who have been to this dating boot camps and have changed around their lives for the better. Okay, because relationship advice begins with always assume attraction. You have to assume that girls, boys, whoever you are interested in are attracted to you. And that is how it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy that yes, everybody is attracted to me. Relationship advice teaches making yourself a priority, which is very similar to I am the God of my reality. Okay, it teaches you to assume attraction, which is very similar to what Neville taught. Okay, the law of assumption. It teaches you core confidence. Okay, that is what many manifesting coaches also teach. Confidence, assume attraction, to make yourself a priority, to bring your SP to your level. Don't put them on a pedestal. You go and stand on the pedestal instead. That is what so many manifestation coaches, including me, teach. So in a way, relationship advice does match with manifesting techniques. In a way, to an extent, it does match. Okay. Relationship coaches also teach you to be extremely bold. Okay, which is what Neville taught us, that brazen impudence. Relationship coaches will make you approach people randomly on the street, in restaurants, in cafes, in public transport, in nightclubs, everywhere. At hospitals, even at airports. So they are teaching you to be bold, confident. They are helping you to cultivate the brazen impudence that Neville talked about. Relationship coaches tell you that nobody can ever reject you. Okay, they teach you to become immune to rejection. That is precisely what manifesting coaches teach. They teach you that, oh, that's the past, it doesn't matter. Visualize it differently. Your SP didn't reject you. Revise it. Okay. Revise it. This is what relationship coaches term as misinterpretation. Revision in the manifesting community, the term revision in the relationship advice community, it means misinterpretation. They teach you to misinterpret it. And whenever your SP is being a little rude or a little abrasive, relationship coaches, they call it a shit test. And the way to pass a shit test is to revise it, as in misinterpret it or blow it out of proportion. So for example, if your SP calls you not beautiful or something like that, okay, you either tell them, hey, you must be drunk, dude. Maybe you're doing drugs or something, and they laugh it off, and that is when the attraction is amplified. So yes, relationship advice works to a very large extent, but relationship advice doesn't teach you how to get that specific person, that one person that you want. It doesn't teach you, but it teaches you how to be an attractive person in general. And when you have so many people talking to you, it helps you to drop the neediness, the desperation, helps you to land in the state of I am loved, everybody is attracted to me, they want to date me, they want to be with me. And that just amplifies the possibility of your specific person becoming attracted to you. Okay, so relationship advice tells you to go out, take action, talk to people, develop social skills so that you land in the consciousness of being an attractive person. Manifesting tells you to land in the consciousness of being an attractive person so that you get people attracted to you, so that your confidence, your eye contact, everything just automatically falls into place. You stop being needy. You start actually prioritizing yourself. You start taking pride in your appearance, your hobbies, your life. So to an extent, both of them are very, very, very similar. However, relationship advice can sometimes be misinterpreted by newbies. Okay, and then they start acting a little weird and manipulative. Okay, like sometimes people text me, Akshay, my SP just texted me. So how long should I wait before replying? Well, you don't have to wait before replying because see, you can't pretend who you are. Okay, you can't pretend to be somebody else. Okay, at the end of the day, attraction is not a choice. Okay, attracting someone is not something that you do, it is who you are. Okay, so all these techniques can seem a little manipulative and they can yield a little bit of success initially, but ultimately you have to change your assumptions, your beliefs about dating, about love to be successful. Relationship coaches do help you a lot, but relationship coaches do not have all the answers sometimes. Okay, because let's take the example of Neville Goddard. His wife wanted to marry him. He wanted to marry her, but his ex-wife didn't want to grant him a divorce. So relationship coaches will tell you just go and coax the ex-wife, but the ex-wife had moved to another state. She had made herself scarce, and that time they didn't have WhatsApp and audio calls and video calls. Like connectivity was not as good. So relationship advice does not have all the answers at all times. It doesn't. I often encounter situations wherein the girl and the boy, they are both in love with each other, but because of a difference in religion or something like that, because of a really weird circumstance like the parents not agreeing to the marriage, they cannot be together. So relationship advice doesn't always solve these problems, but it has a very significant impact on people's lives. So yes, relationship advice is very useful. Okay, because it teaches you to take action so that you can sort of develop the core beliefs that yes, this is possible, I can be attractive, and then it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Since you are assuming attraction at all times, you have random people like being attracted to you. However, it doesn't teach you to manifest one single person. In fact, the guy who is perhaps the father of all, relationship advice, especially when it comes to men's dating advice. His name was Mystery. And whenever a guy was in love with one particular girl, he called it one-itis. One-itis, because you want that one person. And he said that it is a disease and it needs to go. So I think he meant that you need to stop being needy and desperate with respect to this person. Okay, and don't stop waiting for this one manifestation to show up in your life and put everything on hold and stop talking to other people. That is what he meant. But relationship advice does not teach you how to manifest that one single person. It does not teach you how to get around these weird circumstances, wherein there is a disparity because of religion. Relationship advice is powerful. Okay. I have seen many people who've turned their life around because of relationship advice. But I lean more in favor of manifestation. But the problem with manifestation is that people sometimes they just sit on their butt and don't do anything. Okay, you came in this world to live your life. Okay, you didn't come here to just imagine it. And relationship advice teaches to take action, to go out there, to develop social skills. And that is what I really like about it. So both have their place in the world. You can read books about, relationships, and even attend like a boot camp, as they say it, wherein you just go out and speak to random people. I don't know if it is happening right now because of COVID, but it will eventually in the future. Things will limp back to normalcy. So I do recommend you to go out there and, dabble a bit with this dating advice and stuff. But ultimately, it all boils down to changing your beliefs, to changing who you are as a person. So both have their place in the world. Both are good. Some problems relationship advice cannot solve, but then it can do something that manifesting cannot solve. For example, you are walking down the street and you see a beautiful person, a girl, boy, whatever. You have just about 10-20 seconds before they will pass, right? So relationship advice teaches you to be bold and approach that person, say, hi, I like your outfit, whatever, man, like, I like your vibe, whatever, like, whatever. So relationship advice teaches you to be bold and do that. When you're attracted to a person, just approach, say hi, whatever, like, make it work. Assume that they are attracted to you. Manifestation doesn't do that. Manifestation, like people who are into that, they will like, oh, I now have to visualize for 6 months and maybe I can meet that person again somewhere. Right? So relationship advice, it is more direct. Okay, it teaches you to take action, to actually have that confidence in the 3D. Manifestation, however, doesn't teach you that. But manifestation teaches you how to change your core beliefs, to resolve your mental blocks, okay, to heal your trauma, to let go of that old person who is traumatized in relationships, who needs a little bit of healing, possibly. So both have their place in the world. Both are good. I lean towards manifestation in general, but I really respect the people who are good relationship coaches, because they have impacted the lives of thousands of people in a positive way. So I hope that I was able to clear up some of the concepts about relationship advice and manifestation. One more really important thing, unless you change your beliefs, you will always have to rely on advice and techniques. For example, people, they always text me and tell me, oh, Akshay, my SP said this. So how should I reply? And I come up with a really witty reply. I'm good at that. And they ask me, how do you know how to say the precise thing? That is because I have assumed correctly. When you assume correctly, all replies just come to you naturally. When you have assumed that the person is attracted to you, all replies come to yourself naturally. But if you have not done that, then what happens is, for every text message, you are in this manipulative, really unstable frame of mind. Like, I now have to wait for half a day before I can reply, and I have to go and check this relationship manual about how to reply to this particular type of text message. But when you assume correctly, it all flows naturally to you. Okay, so that is one more thing that I wanted to point out. So if you like the video, please hit like, share, subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell. Best comment wins a free one-on-one session with me. I will announce the winners in my free Facebook group, so please join the free Facebook group. All info is in the description. Unleash the power within you, and remember that if I said it, I already did it. Thank you.